Hi, English students. Today we're going to look at lesson 4 in this book, okay? Wordy Wise, book 7. Okay? So if you have your book, please open it to page 4, okay? And you can write some of the things I say on the side. Okay, so page 31. Now, while you're getting your book, I will put down in the comment box all of these types of things, okay? So I made sentences myself. So if you need a few more examples of sentences that are going to be talked about, then you can look at these examples, okay? And sometimes I give you hints and all that kind of stuff. So they'll be down in the comment box. Okay, so first, let's talk about these words. Let's make sure that you can pronounce them, okay? So here is acquire, okay? The C there has no sound, okay? Acquire. Antagonize. Maybe antagonize sounds like another word that you already learned in an English class, okay? Competent. Comprise. Correspond. Dilapidated. Illustrious. Incident. Inherit. Okay. Latitude. Loath. Okay. Maintain. Renovate. Make sure you got the V. Renovate. Reprimand. And here another V. Supervise. Okay, the S actually has a Z sound too. So supervise. Okay, so acquire, antagonize, competent, comprise, correspond, dilapidated, illustrious, incident, inherit, latitude, loath, maintain, renovate, reprimand, and supervise. Let's talk about these, okay? So acquire is a fancy word. The closest in meaning would be obtain, okay? So I put it here, obtain. Both of these kind of mean get, okay? Get something, but they are kind of like a fancy get. Not a fancy get, but like something hard to get. Something that maybe took you 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, okay? When you finish high school, you'll get a diploma, okay? A very special degree from your high school, right? So you say, oh, it took me 12 years to acquire this diploma. Okay? So here's my sentence. After taking night school for 6 years, Terry has finally acquired her university degree. She hopes to get a new job immediately. Okay? So Terry works during the day and goes to school at night. That is really a hard life. Okay? And she did it for 6 years. Okay, so you can definitely use the word acquired. Okay, you say Terry has finally gotten her university degree. Okay, that could also be fine here, but because it took so much effort, we'll use the word acquired. Okay, so if you're learning a second language, then you can say, oh, it took me so long to acquire my English. Okay, get my good English. Okay, it's definitely hard to learn. Okay. So acquire. Okay, you can acquire some skill, musical skill, and all that kind of stuff. You know, if you are collecting baseball cards and there's one card and you've been looking for it for 10 years, and then you go to a store and you find it, you finally acquired it. Okay. Now this is acquire. That's the verb. The noun is acquisition. Okay. So the museum trumpeted their newest acquisition in newspaper advertisements. It's like, hey, look what we bought. Come see it. So an acquisition is something that you acquired. Okay? So maybe the museum traded for a new piece of art or a new statue. Okay? So they acquired it. It's their acquisition. Good. The second word is antagonize. Antagonize means someone's bothering you, making you angry, okay? Annoying you. Okay, if you know the word annoy, or bothering you, or bugging you. Now, even a harder word, antagonizing you. Stop antagonizing you. when I was young, my sister and I, she used to always put her finger like right there. And she'd be like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. And I'm like, oh, stop it. Mom, Dad, Donna's doing something. My sister. So she was antagonizing me. Okay, she was trying to make me angry. This is antagonize. Antagonize somebody. Okay. Now, in your English class, if you have a book like Harry Potter, that Harry Potter is the protagonist. Okay. The protagonist is kind of like the hero of the book. The antagonist is the bad guy. So Voldemort, okay, in the Harry Potter movies. So antagonist is the bad guy. Antagonize is the verb. So please don't antagonize your brother or sister or classmate. Don't make them angry. Competent. Competent means that you have the skill to do something. Okay, that you're able to do it. Oh, by the way, I have another sentence here for antagonize, but you can get the paper, okay? Competent. Competent is an adjective. It means you have the necessary skill. You're able to do something. So sometimes we'll say very competent, super competent, quite competent, okay? Now, if you want to say what, we'll just say in, competent in something. The new math teacher is quite competent in explaining the hardest math problems to students. Okay? Competent means very skilled at doing this. Okay? It doesn't mean like expert or like really, 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 really good, but it means like, yep, good enough, good enough. Yep. Okay. So this is maybe a little bit lower than expert. An expert would be maybe higher yet. Okay, but this is someone with skills. Okay, if you're competent at typing, that means you can type pretty fast, Not the fastest, but good enough for the job. Okay, you're competent. You have competence. Okay, competence. Students need to show competence in reading, writing, and math in order to finish this grade. Okay, so maybe it's grade 2, something like that. Okay, you have to be able to read and write and do math. I don't know what levels, but yeah, you need to show your competence to pass the grade, to finish the grade. Okay, the next word is comprise. Comprise, I put 4 sentences here, okay? Comprise means that there's going to be parts and they make up the whole thing, okay? Now, you can use the comprise the both ways, okay? You can talk about the whole thing, okay? So you can say Canada. Canada, comprises like this much land or something like that, okay? Or you can talk about the parts of Canada and you say the 10 provinces and 3 territories of Canada comprise the country, okay? So you can start with the big part and go to the little parts, or you start with the little parts and go to the big parts. It's confusing, but let me give you a better example. The 12 months comprise 1 year, okay? So January, February, March, all that, okay? So we start with the 12 months, comprise 1 year, 12-1. How many people will comprise the group? Okay, so there's probably like 4 people, and they will comprise the group. Make one group. Okay, so you're 12-1, then here it'll be like 4 with 1. Here, the land, that's a 1. The land comprises 3 houses, a pool, a small forest, and a pond. Okay, so maybe this is like a movie star's land, okay? And they have 3 houses on the one land. Okay? So here you start with the one thing and you say what's inside of it. So his district comprises all the small towns south of the city. So maybe there's a representative in government, and then he represents all of the cities. Maybe there's 3 or 4 cities there south of the city. Okay? So comprises mean made from. Made of something, okay? And they make it into a bigger part. Correspond. Correspond means like matches with something, okay? So there's something and you're expecting something to match it, okay? So the Wordly Wise book talks about the handwriting samples, okay? So if you want to know, did George Washington really write this? Okay, so you look at it and you're like, oh, he has very nice handwriting. and then you look at one from a famous book, and then you compare them. Okay, and you say, oh, this note corresponds with this one. Okay, it matches. Okay, all the E's and the T and the Z's, the Z's all look alike. Okay, so say they correspond. They match. Okay, the police announced that the two bullets correspond with each other. Okay, so maybe there's two bullets and they want to know, did the bullets come from two guns or one gun two times? Okay, so they look at the bullets and they're like, ah, it's from the same gun. They are from the same gun. So the bullets correspond. Okay. This piece of paper corresponds with lesson 4. Okay, they go together. Okay, now correspond has another meaning and it's completely different. Okay, it means letter writing. So old-fashioned letter writing, and then you put it in the mail before email, okay, and text messages. So my grandmother corresponded weekly with all her family members in Japan. Okay, this is not me. I don't have family members in Japan, but maybe somebody else. Okay. So the grandmother corresponded weekly. So the grandmother wrote a letter every week with her family in Japan. Okay. And correspondence, the noun, also means letter writing. Okay. So correspond and correspondence. So the author Ernest Hemingway's correspondence with the artist Georgia O'Keeffe shows a great deal of mutual admiration. Okay. So the correspondence here means the letters. Okay. Here means writing the letters. Here it means the letters. Okay? So correspond and correspondence. Good. The next word, dilapidated. Okay, dilapidated. The dilapidated house at the corner of my street will be torn down next month to make room for a new apartment building. Dilapidated means like an old, terrible-looking house. Okay, a house probably nobody lives in there. The rain comes into the house. Stinky, maybe the door comes off, somebody threw a rock and broke the window. That's a very dilapidated house, okay? So a house that's in very bad shape. Okay, the next word is illustrious. Illustrious means famous, okay? Something famous. Usually we use it with illustrious career. That's very, very common. Like, you know, maybe Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had a very illustrious basketball career. Okay, so very famous book. Okay, sorry, maybe he wrote a book, another book that's very famous. Okay, we'll say that book is very illustrious. I was thinking of a new example, but yeah, famous. Okay, the example in here also has about a book. Okay, V.S. Naipaul. Okay, and I don't mind him, but I think his books are a little bit boring. But anyways, I don't need to talk about books. Illustrious means famous. Incident means something happened. There we go, incident. So the principal wanted to talk to the students about the incident in the cafeteria. So maybe there was a fight or something, or maybe some students in the cafeteria were throwing food. I mean, big kids were throwing food at little kids. So the principal wanted to talk to the students. Why? Who was doing it? Why were you throwing French fries at the little kids? So the principal wants to talk about it. That event, okay? That incident. Okay? So maybe the police will talk about an incident. Maybe a car accident will be an incident, okay? So something happens. Quite often the word incident is negative. Okay? Inherit. It means you get something. You get something from someone who died. Okay? So here we say A inherits something. Okay? And we also say from. Okay? So I inherited a house. Period. I inherited a house from my grandma. Okay? This means, unfortunately, my grandmother died. Okay? But she gave me a house. It's better to have your grandma. Trust me. But the house, you get the house, okay? That's inheriting something. So A inherits a noun. Susan inherited a small mountain cabin from her favorite uncle. Okay? So you can inherit money. Susan inherited money. Okay. Susan inherited 3 cars from her favorite uncle. Sure. Okay. Now, inherit can also mean something else. Susan inherited her curly hair from her mother. Okay. So that would mean her mother has curly hair, and the DNA that her mother gave her. Now, Susan also has curly hair, and probably Susan's father doesn't. Okay. If Susan's father had curly hair, we would say Susan inherited her curly hair from her parents. Okay. But this sentence sounds like only her mother has the curly hair. Okay. So Susan inherited what from who? Okay. So maybe you say, oh, Daryl's got a big nose. Daryl inherited his nose from his dad. Okay. Sorry, Dad. I like my nose. Okay. Now, the things you get are your inheritance. Okay. So that's a noun. It's not in the book, but you can see the similarity. The verb inherit. The noun inheritance. Latitude. Latitude. Okay. There's a couple meanings for latitude. Okay. So the first meaning is if you look at a globe, okay, a globe of Earth, there'll be lines on it. And some of the lines go this way, and some of the lines go this way. North, south, and they're east, west, okay? So the latitude are the ones that go this way, east, west, okay? These are called the longitude. Longitude, latitude, okay? So between Canada up here, and America here, this is along the 49th degree latitude, okay? The border between North and South Korea is located along the 38th degree latitude line. Okay, so North Korea will be north of the 38th latitude, okay? And South Korea is south, okay? Kind of goes right in the middle there. So this is latitude, number 1 meaning, okay? Number 2 meaning just means the southern parts, okay? So you say penguins. Penguins live in the southern latitudes. Captain Cook's boat crossed the equator, the middle of the earth, and set a destination for southern latitudes. Okay, so we should just say southern latitudes and northern latitudes. Okay? The third meaning of latitude, all of these are nouns. The third meaning is about freedom, choices, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so if you say, oh, his mom and dad give him a lot of latitude, it means very little rules. Okay, similar to the word lax. L-A-X, okay? So the latitude is a noun, and lax is a adjective, okay? So this is a noun, and lax is attitude. I'll start again. Latitude is a noun. Lax is an adjective. But if your parents give you latitude, they are lax. Okay? It means like not strict. Okay, so here the teacher is not going to be strict. Okay? The teacher is going to give students latitude. The teacher gave the students a lot of latitude in their oral social studies reports. Some students made YouTube videos. Others made speeches, and yet others invented fun, interactive games. Okay? So they're not saying, everybody gives a 10-minute speech. That teacher gave no latitude. Okay? But another teacher will say, tell me about a country, any country. And somebody will dress up like somebody from Ireland or something like that and talk about Ireland. Another person maybe makes a video. Another person has all of these choices, right? So this is latitude. You have latitude. Okay. Be careful with the next word, okay? This is loath, okay? This is loath. It's an adjective. There's another word, loath, okay? Where your tongue has to shake a little bit. Loath. And they're not exactly the same. This is a verb, and this is an adjective. This one, they're both about negative things. Loath means you don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. Clean your room. Daryl is loath to clean up his room. Okay. Loathe is more about hating. So they're both negative, but they are a little bit different. Okay. So just be careful with these words. Students get these words wrong all the time. Okay. Loath. We were all loath to sleep even one night in the dilapidated, bug-infested hotel. Okay, even one night. Oh, I don't want to do that. That hotel? So they're loath to stay in there. Okay. Maintain. Maintain also has three meanings. Okay. Maintain first. The first meaning of maintained is that you tell everybody this is the truth. This is the truth. Maybe I'll go to school and I'll tell everybody. Tom Cruise is my brother. We have a different name, but he's my older brother. Tom Cruise and I. Yeah, we talk on the phone all the time. And then someone says, no, that's not true. I just looked on the internet. Tom Cruise, no brother. Daryl, you're lying. I'm like, no, Tom Cruise is my brother. Daryl is maintaining that Tom Cruise is his brother. Okay, it's not true, okay? But someone's maintaining it, and they keep saying this is true, this is true. It might be true, okay? So, if someone says, how old are you? And they say 40. Like, no, come on, you're 50, you're 55. No, I'm 40. And it is the truth, okay? So it's not always about lying, but you just keep saying it again. Yeah, it's true, it's true. You're maintaining it. You're keeping the truth, okay? You're keeping to your story, really. So here, the crook maintained his innocence, the bad guy. The crook maintained his innocence throughout the trial. The jury didn't believe him and found him guilty. Okay, so they're like, I didn't do it. But nobody believed him, okay? The second meaning for maintain is also about keeping something, okay? But you want to keep something without changing it, okay? So maybe you want to, if you're like really, really skinny and like good muscles, you say, oh, I want to maintain my body, okay? You don't want to change it, okay? Maintain. Juliet tried to maintain a happy outlook throughout her fight with Romeo, okay? So she goes, we're fighting, but I'm going to be happy. And she doesn't want to change her happiness, okay? She's trying to keep it the same way. And the third maintain is more about physical things, okay? So if you buy a new car, you don't want to get it hurt. You don't want to scratch it. You don't want anything. You want to maintain its condition, okay? So often we'll use maintain with condition here, okay? So the transportation department worked hard to maintain safe road conditions in the winter months. I told you, conditions. I was going to put that there. So safe road conditions. Right? They're maintaining it, keeping the roads safe. Don't like it when I have mistakes, but that's okay. We'll keep going. Forgive me. Renovate. Renovate means renew something. Make something new again. Okay, so the it means again. Nove. Okay, a lot of European languages will have nove or nuve, means new. Okay, make new again. A renovates a place or a room. Okay, so A renovates. Say Andy renovated his kitchen. Andy renovated, his kitchen. Or Andy renovated his house. Okay, they are renovating the hotel, like that. Okay. Good. And then the noun is renovation, usually with an S. Okay, the renovations. The loud renovations upset all the neighbors. Angry about it, okay? Good, we're down to the last two words, okay? Reprimand. Reprimand means someone scolding somebody. Scolding, yelling at them, okay? The teacher reprimanded the students who didn't hand in their homework on time. So A reprimands B. My parents reprimanded me. The principal reprimanded the teachers. The boss reprimanded the workers, okay? The president reprimanded the governor. Okay, someone above them. Okay? So here the teacher reprimanded the students. A reprimand can also be a noun with the same meaning. The soldier got a reprimand. So the verb is usually got. The soldier got a reprimand for falling asleep at his post. Okay, maybe in the middle of the night he started to fall asleep. He's not watching anymore. Supervise. A supervises B. Okay, so maybe the babysitter supervises the children. The manager supervised the new workers and made sure that each person performed their tasks safely. The supervise is similar to another word called monitor. Not computer monitor, but a different monitor, right? It means you're watching somebody and making sure they do something well. Okay? Supervise is, this should be a verb too. Two mistakes. Supervise, verb. Supervision, noun. I'll fix all these and put them in the comment box. Okay? Supervision is the noun. And then supervisor is the person. Okay? I get excited with all the nouns, but that's a verb. So supervise. I can't supervise you. You have to learn these words by yourself, okay? Maybe I need supervision. I will not make two mistakes. Take care. Learn these words well. Do your best. If you have any problems, please let me know, okay? And study for the test. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.